Uh, Hello everyone. So good morning. So today we will do the internal training for contra in the how to do the contra in admin portal. Okay. So on today's training, I would like you guys to have more practically how to do a contra and how to check the records in the admin portal. Okay. So today, um, so what you guys need to do, so you guys have to log in into the ecom admin portal. Okay. If you have log in into the admin portal, so we can use the building ecom here. Okay. So under this building ecom here, you guys go to the e-billing module. And then in the e-billing module, there is a lot of units number. So you guys can choose which unit number you guys prefer. Okay. So to create a contra or refund deposit, so once we select the unit, so we go to tab deposits, and then in this tab we have seen a lot of deposit that has been made previously. So in order to create the a new deposit, you guys can click add deposit button for the simulation on purposing only lah. So you choose any deposit type and you guys can enter any amount. Okay. So at the bottom here, the payment date, you can select any date of the payment. And then the payment method also you can choose anything. And for the remarks and the description, you may put as shown in the screen. Okay, and then you just click on submit. So once you have clicked submit, so you see that the OR of the deposit, OR for the deposit has been created. Okay, we can do the checking. So this is the OR, this is the invoice number, and then this is the amount. So to do the contra or refund, at the deposit menu here, we have refund deposit or we have contra. So refund deposit used for the management to return back the money of the deposit to the resident. But for contra, uh, management get the request from the residents to for this amount of money to knock off their outstanding invoice. Okay, so there is two purpose on this deposit lah. Okay, so to create a refund, management only click on refund deposit and enter how much the amount which date they do the refund, what is the method they do the refund, then they click on submit. Okay. For the contra, they just click on contra. Okay. Once they click on contra, the system will redirect to create a new credit note. So at the top section here, uh, management doesn't need to do anything except to change the amount of the contra. Let's say they want to do partial contra. Another for the deposit, I create here 1,500. They want to return back the money. 500 to allocate the outstanding from the resident. So from here, they can edit the amount of the contra into 500, and then they can add the document. The document here is referring to the outstanding invoice under the third payment. So if let's say they didn't know from here, from my screen here, right? You guys can see there is a lot of invoice. So usually the management didn't know what is the invoice item inside the invoice here. So they can click here to preview first. What is the invoice number that they click? What is the item? So let's say they have decide. So they just tick on the checkbox here. Okay. And then they click on add. So let's say this invoice number description is for the security fee October 2029. So the amount is 550, but I want to allocate only 500 from the deposit amount to this invoice. So I just change this one to 500. Okay. And then if they wanted to change the credit date, they also can do the changes. And also they need to insert the reason here. Partial contra. Okay. So, and then they click on submit. Okay. Once they have clicked on submit, system will automatically create a credit note invoice here. Okay. So let's say from here, right? The amount of the deposit is 1,000. We only allocate the contra for 500. Let's say during that time, resident has to refund the 500 back. So the management just click on refund deposit, put the refund amount. When is the refund date? Let's say refund method will be cash. This is only for the example. Let's say usually management will do the bank transfer or check instead of cash. So this one, sure. So they put on the remarks, click on submit button. Okay. Then if the transaction is inserted into the temporary payment voucher, they have to approve or reject. Once they have approved, they go back to the units that they create the payment voucher. They go to under the deposit. Automatically, system will create PV and credit note. Okay. So this is the sample of the payment voucher. The description of the CN. This is the CN number that allocate to this payment voucher. Okay. So since everyone have the access to this building, So I encourage everyone to do the testing hands-on instead of you guys just see on the screen only. So today's session is more on hands-on. If you guys have questions, uh, you may ask this during this period. Okay. Apa? Kok menolak? Oh, nampak. Baru nak nampak. Wah. BMS kau terasa BMS kau. BMS panjang.
Okay, for the contra, the add item on top, what is the function of the add item
That item.
when you do contra?
This one.
Ah,
This one is mapping to which code that they want to do the contra.
oh,
Usually when they click on contra, system will be automatically generate this from the OR. The code is from the OR. So
oh,
system will automatically create this one.
okay. Then another thing here when I try, they say, credit note total cannot be less than credit item. So meaning that, when I do the contra, when I add document here, for this one, right? Scroll up, scroll up. Yeah, and contra is 500, but yeah, you want more than exceed the 500. So if less than that, 400 plus, okay.
400 plus, the balance of the amount will be unallocated and allocate credit note.
Oh,
Same as advance payment.
okay. So this one is to remove one of it.
Just edit the amount and
Select the amount.
instead of
Okay, edit the amount. Iya, 200. Yeah.
Dia apa kaitannya dengan semua tak
Ini
macam kita nak pasal kita kena cek item ni salah item ni salah kod kan salah setting ni kita nak lain kita kena remove
So
dia
once
kosong
for the deposit of fund has been created, right? Usually they will go to management will go to report, they go to the SOA, and then they filter out the date range. This one they want to check either the amount has been reflected in the statement of account or not. So let's say if it already reflect in the account, no issue. So from here, just now we create the invoice under the facility deposit. This is the amount is 1,000. So and then we make the payment. So system we create the OR with the description, and then this is the amount and the credit. So we notice that from this invoice and OR is equal to 0. Okay. And then when we do the credit note, it allocate partially to one of the invoice up here. No. This one is partial. Oh, this one I allocate with the invoice 2029. So the bottom up. So one is 500. And then the lastly is the credit, the another 500. Credit note is created 500, and PB is also created 500. So in this case, on the statement of account, it becomes equal to 0. For the middle one, because of I make a contra to invoice 2029, so we can't see the difference.
Very weak and close to the weak, meaning that we are paying some you buy the person already income, we give you back some income. So if you release, but then the very not that makes it goes to the CR, right? Oh, okay, okay. Itu kurang isu. Tak tahu kau dah isu kan minum. Itu nomor 100 sama. Jadi biasa nak refund atau refund. Yeah. Sometimes this first time different. But first time there's not the credit only the same. See whether which point of view that you're coming from. Sedangkan kalau ikutin ini in a supplier side, your side should be opposite angle. Your debit will be a credit, that credit will be your debit. Seperti ini amount from this one.
dia ada aku tak ingat bagi tahu tahu tak nanti kan dia bilang bukan dia tekan 100 dia kontrasi tak boleh je tapi dia anggap kita kontra dengan so CN dia buat extra dekat sini orang dia extra kat sini nah ini kat sini nak pakai nanti kena buka kat payment
But I know the logic only.
nak bawa sekali baki ada apa lebih ni
It will be stick.
dia jadi CN je ini nanti dia kata kan isu tak untuk engine agak apa sih tak tahu aku tak ingat ini tahu
Okay. You add on little bit like just now become after you go back to the add item then I explain little bit more on the add item then. Yeah, it will be on one side.
Okay, here, you see, before go to this, right, we talk about, let's say, very beginning, we create an invoice, DPS, ACCC, deposit access card, so format. So I bill this owner 100. Okay, so this will sync to the accounting GL code. Maybe accounting GL code is 4100011 example Okay, so this is access card here So here actually I don't know debit or credit So let's say 100 here example. So meaning from here at this point of view, we know that owner owing
100.
committee 100. So when they create OR 001, pay 100. So meaning 0 already, right? So this OR will be synced to the same GL code. Why? Because this OR is paying to this one. So it will follow this one, come to here. And then the OR, this one will be the invoice. So here will be 0, 0, that
At 100.
100, 0. Yes. Yeah, okay. So tally. Then now they ask for contra. So in this case, we imagine contraring meaning that now I want to refund back this money, but I'm not actually refund back. I just switching the 100 from here. Instead of now, I don't want to have a record in deposit ACCC deposit anymore. I want to switch this deposit to another GL code. So example now, I create invoice for MFE. Invoice MFE 100. Okay. So the owner said, hey, since I got 100 there pending for you to refund me, and I don't want to take back. No need to transfer here, transfer there. You help me to contra. So if contra, meaning that if we click on contra, we actually the GL code maybe the MFE is start from 51000 001 example. So this MFE code, right? At first I build 100 already, correct? On the debit side, 100. Now I come out a PV. Contra CN. So I creating a CN and then I move this 100 ringgit to here. So end up here 100, here 100. So actually is move. So which part that we are telling the system you want to move the 100 from where to where? Here. I want to click here. I want to move from this deposit facility 500 to which invoice? So this is the function here. If you didn't tell the system how to know so many deposit, like example, there is a 410001098. All of them got their individual account here amount. How the system know you want to contra from which particular deposit amount 100 to this MFE. So this is the way we need to add this one. Okay. So this is the little bit I want to talk about on this part.
So basically, that one is telling from which
Account code that
account code GL code to which transferring to which GL code. From it basically it's telling from that specific GL code you are transferring it to another GL code.
yeah, correct. Then from here, if we sort into the each of the individual GL codes, right? Now I can see my MFE got 100. My deposit, the 100 gone already. Correct? Because of I'm switching this money to my another pocket.
Okay.
but I'm not really transferring out my money back to the owner. Ah, okay. Any other question or clear on the refund deposit side? Yeah. You got question ask and explain lah. Since they say they very well known.
Oh, I can't think of right now. I'm so sleepy. Uh, uh, one quick question. But this one I think they didn't never ask. Why contra or refund requires to create CN?
Jadi dari orang itu. Tahu juga. Dari kan. One day we make account di punya 5 minit ni. PV and CCN. National dia jadi zero. Invoice 100. CN tolak 100 zero. PV. CN kita ada lebih hanya dia. Itu ada yang PV. Okay, question.
So basically, the reason why we need to, the reason why the credit note is created every time there's a form.
Yang letakkan kata balik satu. Bila nak
Because I
refund,
want to tell you,
user boleh pilih multiple
Yeah, correct.
so basically, for when there is a payment, you need to have, when there's a payment.
Sekarang dia satu OR, satu kali
mana
menambah refund, satu PV, satu kali menambah refund, satu PV. Tapi
So when
nanti
you
aku
go to
akan
deal
buat
with account person, right, they always
So
ask
dia
you,
combine.
why another entry?
dia boleh buat multiple selection lah.
100% there is a double entry. Each transaction there is double entry. It's just that this double entry is double entry on which GL.
So kalau macam ni,
Because there is always
aku akan buat
debit, credit, and credit on there need balance.
first, sistem kena pilih dulu berapa banyak yang dia nak, berapa banyak OR yang dia nak refund atau contra.
So dia akan create PV kok.
Okay.
Dalam satu
Dalam satu payment voucher.
Oh.
Later, I will ask some to do function for refund and contra, allow user to
Select multiple. Yeah, correct.
That one I will ask some
And also move the
the delete button, the cancel refund.
I have question.
Hmm?
Okay, ada deposit. Contoh 1,000. So you already do the contra 500. But in case resident nak refund all the 1,000, so boleh cancel ke? Yang contra. Contra. Already make contra, lepas tu dah cari resident nak tukar refund. Tak ada duit.
tengok boleh cancel.
So first of all, we have to know the credit note number. Okay. So from here, we know the credit note number is 0114. So we go to credit note. We search for 0114. So this one. This one not applicable to site FE invoice. If let's say the site already enabled the invoice, they have 72 hours to amend, to cancel, Only 72 hours. After 72 hours, they are not allowed to amend or cancel. If let's say the site doesn't implement the e-invoice, so we try to click add cancel contra 0114. Key in the reason. Resident one who define. Click on OK. So credit note 014 cancel successful. We go to deposit. Management can do the balance amount of the refund because previously we already create refund 500. So for your answer, can. If let's say the site not applicable e-invoice.
Kalau misalnya level jadi invoice and then dah lebih 70 jam. Adakah dekat sistem dia boleh edit and cancel? Tak boleh. Automatic edit dia hilang.
Correct.
Oh okay. Oh okay.
In this case, if let's say they say that the resident don't want contra, they want fully refund. First of all, they have to create the end. Correct. First of all, they have to create the end, and then they deposit. They choose refundable payment. Dah saya tak tengah berjalan kan.
Okay, IS.
Aduh. Dah takut ni.
So basically, if you want to do it, there's the site has applied e-invoice, implement the e-invoice. If they insist they want the deposit to be refunded in full, first you need to create a debit note.
Yes.
The debit note indicates what actually there
To replace back the invoice amount
to replace back the invoice amount,
or to increase the invoice amount.
they increase the invoice amount. Then after that, need to create a
Deposit
a
or
refund,
refundable payment
refundable payment or
in order for them to create payment voucher. Because the invoice cannot be cancelled, so they have to create another deposit called refundable payment to create the payment voucher. So in the resident point of view, they still have the outstanding, which is 500. Then the refund already returned back, the payment voucher already give to the resident.
Just question, not the issue. You go to the deposit and contra.
Ah,
I as the FO
ah,
admin.
ah.
So you click the contra.
Sabarlah.
Add the document.
Ah,
Okay, choose anything.
which invoice you want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Click
Okay, click
add.
add.
Right now, I'm wrong. Choose the item. Where is the button remove? I will
Easy question lah.
Why on the top have a remove and
No.
a document
You have to go to add document. You have to take this one. No feature for this one. No.
Why ada bugs tak fix lagi? Betul. Ni why dia
Settle the bug first and then we add this feature. Yeah. I will add this feature. But we need to fix this bug. The add document. Once the bug already resolved in the add document, and then we can add the feature. Ada je ke tempat ni?
tak tahu. Dia tak tahu ada NOC
Most of the issue, MO didn't know how to click this one.
yeah. Okay. Okay, a tenant already may have a deposit, the 100 or 500 Okay, and then, tenant or family member lah. Okay, sekarang ni owner, MO, owner tu nak guna deposit yang ada dekat tenant ataupun family member untuk bayar dia punya bill dekat owner.
First question. How this owner know this tenant and family member has deposit amount?
Itu mungkin tenant bagi tahu, okay, I ada deposit. Move in or move off. Okay, they have a deposit. And then dia kata dia tak nak refund, dia nak suruh orang kata tak apa bagi dia untuk bayar maintenance yang dia pakai.
Okay, to answer this question. Good question. I also don't know the answer. Okay. Let's say we go to any of this one lah. Ni ada family owner. Owner dia siapa? Owner dia Nanak ke?
Nenek.
Owner dia Nanak. Ya, unit. So let's say this tenant has the deposit 1,000. Let's say
Owner tu. Tenant.
Betul lah, aku bagi tenant lah ni. Tenant lah ni. Cik Edo kan?
Owner dia aku.
Oh.
Dia
Dia kau.
tu.
Saya ada keluar. Oh, betul lah. Okay. So, first, this tenant has a deposit. Let's say already make a...
You said today, the thing easier. Later you want to sort report also, you only sort so long.
Oh, okay. Alright. Maybe cash. Okay. In tenant account, this tenant account has 1,000 as a deposit. So this 1,000 deposit want to contra order outstanding. We go to deposit and then refund. First, refund the deposit. Dash. Okay. First of all, refund the deposit. So,
anyone know that?
where? I think I know the answer. Okay, PV
Before you
already
settle the answer, I think I don't know whether they know or not.
Oh, okay. Okay, so PV already created. And then go to the EV link. I'm not sure this one is correct or not. Okay, go to EV link and then go to the owner unit. So under this deposit, they choose renovation deposit also and enter the amount. Sekejap. Refine. Oh, okay, betul. Payment account. Okay, so the payment date will be today. Payment method will be others. So transaction number, they put the PV number. put the PV number. So maybe PV number, then click on submit. Then, so the amount of the deposit from tenant account, here they just click on Contra. Here, click Contra and choose the outstanding. I'm not sure this one is correct or not. Correct.
Right.
Entah.
I think it's a correct.
Macam lain.
No.
Entah. Lain.
Oh, macam lain eh? Oh, yeah.
Now your deposit
Ah.
you in as cash betul kan? At first you create as cash. In meaning the money will go to your bank, correct?
Correct.
This transaction will show in your bank account, correct?
Correct.
Until this one clear. Then after that, you out. Betul kan? Because you creating PV just now you creating PV. You out. Cash also.
Right.
So meaning the bank account will also show your bank cash out. But in the actual scenario, the cash got out.
No.
So this part wrong already, correct?
Oh.
Correct.
So
Because
should,
this is contra. Contra meaning your money did not out from your bank. So your bank cannot have the transaction on the record showing that the PV, no matter is cash, bank, or what, based on the mapping, the payment method mapping, everything mapped to bank one. If you select the payment method, if you create PV, it will show into your bank record. That part. Because but now her request is I want contra.
so that one they choose others.
Yes. So this part they need to choose others. Why? Because of others is a adjustment account. This is not mapped to the bank. So you won't see this transaction is out from your bank.
Oh yeah, I choose cash.
Okay. So this part done. Second part, ini tenant. Owner side. Owner side, you go to create deposit. Correct.
Under refund, under same category.
Okay, actually no need. Straight away to create OR.
Oh.
Create OR. Payment method as others. So, see, just now the cash, you go to adjustment is credit, like example. Now OR is debit. So will be one in, one out.
Okay.
So in the owner account, you created OR and then others, and then the remark that you're right, you can refer back to this
PV number.
Meaning you are kind of transferring the tenant money to owner account. So that when I created this OR and others with advance payment, correct? Because of then after that only take this advance payment paid to the owner invoice.
Oh yeah, if not, the owner's account will become not tally because if we create the deposit, it also create the invoice.
Correct? Okay, clear. I mean this part.
But will be tally because we're at the owner account.
Correct. You do the deposit one, I would say correct also. It's just that extra one step.
Oh.
Correct, right? You are doing like I'm from the tenant deposit and transfer to owner deposit first.
Yeah.
Then only do contra to the invoice.
Yeah.
If let's say you trace back this history, you will see this OR pay from the owner deposit. So owner deposit is coming from the tenant deposit. So it's slightly different compared to what Ravita request. But I want tenant via contra. Because if I change to owner, it will be owner contra. One more step lah.
Yeah.
So in accounting layman term, if let's say in this scenario, we don't have to encourage them to create the deposit under the owner account.
No need, no need.
Oh, okay.
So here in by cash, out by others lah. That means the others is you is transferring the amount from the tenant to the owner.
Correct.
And then from that others, how the OR is for what actually? The OR for the owner side after the transferring.
Okay, you see, now I got 100, I'm the tenant, you are the owner. I transferring this 100 to your account.
Okay.
How you want to capture this 100 ringgit into your account?
Step fikir.
OR?
Logik ke? Dia tengok macam logik ke?
Right?
Lah, saya
Transferring
logik
money ni,
tapi bila kita
tenant on behalf of you pay
okay, betul ke?
on behalf of your account. So how to pay? In the accounting, how to capture as pay? Receipt, correct?
So this OR is for
What's the study?
the owner or for the tenant?
Owner.
For the owner.
Because the initial request is tenant 100 ringgit need to pay to owner outstanding.
Tenant 100 ringgit need to pay to owners outstanding. And then outstanding, after they pay the outstanding, an official receipt will be generated for that outstanding.
For the yeah. End up the official receipt will need to pay to your invoice. This is the end result.
Or the official receipt will need to be paid to the invoice.
Okay. But here you need to check out.
So let's try. Better try.
Then try in the econ hilah.
Ya.
Don't try in other side. You guys can do the setting in any account. Econ. Any other question? Or we end the trade today?
Wow. No.
Dia kat tu dia yang curi dia.
Tu je.
Dia ni masukkan kat Notion. Oh, cepat editing kan? Boleh lah masukkan.
Boleh.
Boleh.
Tapi tu yang belakang-belakang lambat sikit. Itu belakang keluar lagi. Yang penting tu. Yang penting.
So this part okay. The contra one. Okay.
Oh, let's say if the management are insist to create payment vouchers. Let's say for the accounts owner, right? To mention that we directly create the OR.
Okay.
Sometimes the management insists to create the payment voucher sebelum ni.
Payment voucher to refund.
To
Okay, yang tu yang boleh nak mesti. Okay.
yang tu untuk kontrak ke refund?
Refund.
Oh, tu untuk refund. Okay. Different story.
Oh, okay. Refund memang kena break.
Right, ada yang refund daripada dia nak delete CN. Saya cakap tak boleh kalau tapi you punya account tak boleh ni.
Yes.
So, okay lah.
I think Dulu ada hantar satu long
Ya.
message kan explain mengapa when we create PV dalam create CN itu in case just in case not account background. So usually I akan cakap dengan ini message ialah ini explanation. Then dia masih tak accept. Okay, you double check with your account person and see. By right, this is the standard accounting practice. Should create CN1. You check with him or her and see. Usually tak akan come back ni. Tak akan come back sebab memang account punya person dia sudah tahu kena create CN dia. Ini ialah standard punya practice. So that's why I dare to say that lah.
Ya, kalau dia kata dia nak cancel juga, belum nak
Then ini yang I pun sudah fact check 3 or 4 site already. For recently itu auto count ada problem dia. Jadi sebab itu problem. Previously our sync CN dia tak sync to betul dia tempat. Then mereka ask, you can CN salah double entry lah. Then recently settled. Sebab memang kena create CN when you create PV. Okay. Okay, ada lagi satu ialah bukan ini training center kan. Itu link yang private message you punya itu MBTI punya kan. So far nanti I dapat okay. Yours one I haven't yet. You know which one?
I think Fish Ikram tak jawab ni.
Please.
Ya, you ada jawab mak. You noted tapi you tak bagi.
Personality.
Personality lah, give me your personality ya.
Okay.
Then Rabi. Ya, Rabi ada.
Ada.
Okay. Tinggal use saja.
Sebab Ikram itu dia kata dia nanti nak buat dengan laptop, dia tak buat gitu. Jadi semua kakak dia jawab. Dia nanti jawab. Dia tak buat. Dia dah agak lah.
So for the training, we end for today's session. So thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you.